From the OU TV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics. Proudly combating the thought police since 2016, here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Over the weekend, tensions in the Middle East escalated following drone attacks on two major facilities in Saudi Arabia. The pre-dawn attacks on Saturday knocked out more than half of the crude output from the world's top exporter, 5% of the global oil supply, and cut output by 5.7 million barrels per day. Yikes. Go fill up your gas tanks now because the prices are about to spike. So who done it? Well, it looks like it was Iran, yet neither Trump nor Saudi leaders would unequivocally say that Iran was responsible. U.S. officials rejected claims by the Houthi rebels in Yemen who say that they were the ones that pulled it off. And they're like, there's no way you did this. The officials described the attacks as more sophisticated and powerful than anything these rebels could have accomplished on their own. Today, Iran's supreme leader ruled out direct negotiations with the United States. Ouch, burn. Maybe we didn't want to pull out of that Iran deal, huh? Jeez. Now, Iran has stated that they will only talk to the U.S. at the United Nations next week if the United States returns to the nuclear deal that Tehran had struck with other world powers. So, are we going to go to war with Iran for bombing our sweet, sweet ally Saudi Arabia? Wait. Is Saudi Arabia really our ally? What's going on here? The world's falling apart. John Bolton leaves as national security advisor and the world is falling apart. Who would have guessed this? Who would have thought that the world would get so weird right now, huh? Trump has a long-standing desire to keep the United States out of wars, despite his tweet on Sunday that the United States was, locked and loaded depending on verification. Give peace a chance, right? Locked and loaded? How is this adding up? I don't get it. Who is this? Mr. President, what are you going to do here? I'm not looking to get into a new conflict, but sometimes you have to. That's what Trump said yesterday. Oh, great. Much clearer now. It is being reported that the Saudis consider this attack to be their 9/11. And this has pissed some people off because 15 of the 19 hijackers came from Saudi Arabia in the actual 9/11 attacks. Congress is expected to hear a full briefing later this week following U.S. investigations. Today, Corey Lewandowski's on the hot seat testifying before House Democrats on the Judiciary Committee about the drama that is the Trump presidency. He's mostly dodging questions, frustrating lawmakers, and having a really good time doing it. Lewandowski, who worked as Trump's presidential campaign manager, but never for him in the White House, said that he came to testify to make a public scene about not answering questions as requested by the president. Cool. Sick burn, Corey.
The White House has directed that I not disclose any substance of any discussion with the president or his advisors to protect executive branch confidentiality. I recognize this is not my privilege, but I am respecting the White House's decision.
Now this frustrated lots of people. Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas responded, "This is the House Judiciary Committee, not a House party." Now Lewandowski proceeded to tweet while he was testifying about his possible 2020 bid for the Senate in New Hampshire.
New website launched to help a potential Senate run. Sign up now.
This was the first hearing as the committee weighs whether to draft articles of impeachment against Trump. Sounds like it's off to a really good start, right? It sounds great. This is exciting. House Democrats subpoenaed Lewandowski to testify about potential obstruction of justice episodes which were described in the infamous Mueller report. You don't remember the Mueller report? Oh, you do remember it. It's just that you don't care because you've got so much fatigue. Oh, yeah. Well, nonetheless, the Mueller report, it was released earlier this year. And according to the Mueller report, Trump personally asked Lewandowski to persuade the then Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, to limit the special counsel's investigation. Trump, who was watching the hearing, hailed the performance. "Such a beautiful opening statement by Corey Lewandowski. Thank you, Corey," he tweeted. Now, Lewandowski's appearance marks the first time House Democrats have had a key witness in the Mueller investigation testify in public. What a public display it was. Trump is in California. Hooray! He arrived today and he has a plan. He wants police officers to round up all the homeless people. Very on brand for him, huh? He's here for 2 days fundraising in Palo Alto, Beverly Hills, and Santiago for his campaign PAC, Trump Victory. He's expected to raise $15 million. See, California people love Trump. They're giving him $15 million to show it. Trump loves to find divisive issues that dehumanize a disenfranchised population, and he's found his issue in California: homelessness. California has always been a good place to be homeless, with, the weather being great all year long. But in recent years, there's been huge spikes. Hell, an entire town burnt down last year in Paradise, leaving thousands homeless. Housing crisis in both San Francisco and Los Angeles has spurred average people into homelessness with one financial setback, be it of the loss of a job or some sort of medical incident. Then bam, you're out on the street. You don't have rent control? Bam! You're out on the street. They could literally raise your rent to any price they want if you don't have rent control, as long as they give you a certain amount of time's notice. In LA, you either have more money than you can count, or you could in fact be homeless with one bad luck day. Whether you're woke to the reality of it or not, there is no middle class. People don't like to see the homelessness. It's dirty. It's sad. Maybe some people even hate them and want to see them rounded up. Trump appeals to humanity's worst instincts, and he's on his game on this issue in California. California is cautious but willing to work with Trump. In a letter issued Monday and signed by Governor Gavin Newsom and mayors and county supervisors from across the state, state officials asked for 50,000 more vouchers that would aid people most affected by California's housing crisis. They also urged the Trump administration to provide incentives to landlords to accept vouchers. Housing costs in California have tripled in recent years, and incomes are not matching that, except for the most elite. Now, Gavin Newsom is keeping optimistic, hoping to work with Trump on the issue that is not a Republican issue or a Democratic issue. It's an issue facing mankind. Trump is spending the night here in LA tonight, See ya on the flip side, old man. Welcome to LaLa Land.